Dad knows exactly what's required for him to challenge for trophies next season. However, the board are unwilling to support him with more money. He has signed our old pal Diego on a free transfer, however, from Benfica. But he's struggling for cash so much that he can't even complete signings like David De Gea, and the board won't accept his request for the extra to bring him in. Meanwhile, I'm just turning down huge bids for Mohamed Salah from Chelsea, nearing £200 million, as well as going for a new goalkeeper in the Brazilian Alisson, who at 24 years of age has yet to leave his boyhood club yet, and I've eventually matched his release clause for 20 million. But I was about to make a world record transfer fee for a player, because after toying over so many options, I decided to bite the bullet and spend big on Cesc Fabregas, who is easily the best midfielder in the world right now. And very quickly, Valencia signed their target and broke the world record for a player transfer. The Liverpool job then popped up, which is a shock because their manager left to take the Werder Bremen role. And despite signing Cesc Fabregas, I still had some cash left over and went in for Marco Reus, who could really provide world-class cover on both wings for me. And my dad had the same idea as he went for Nani, who had returned back to Sporting. I could have asked for a better test at the start of the season with my new Valencia players as we headed to Madrid in the first league game of the season, but Real Madrid were completely ruthless and gave us a 3-0 battering that I really did not expect. Dad, I broke all kinds of transfer records this summer.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest transfer record that we've done as well as a pair, really, innit? So, yeah.
Never spent more money on a player in my life. Didn't think it would be on an Arsenal player. I thought that would be your job.
I ain't saying nothing.
He's 30 years old as well, which did give me some reservations. However, I couldn't find anybody anywhere near as good as Cesc Fabregas, which kind of makes sense in a way, but £197 million is what I spent on arguably the world's best midfielder. Deep line playmaker on support, 5-star.
Yeah.
Probably the best midfielder in the world.
Definitely, yeah.
Few 20s in there as well.
I think you've spent on one player more than I've spent in... how many seasons have we done now? We're on 11 seasons?
You spent way more than that. Oh, get out.
The last 5 seasons then.
Well, should we try that, shall we? Alisson was another one as well, £20 million that I brought in from Internacional, who, of course, goes on to great things. You might have heard of him. But that is because my goalkeeper wanted to leave. I ended up selling him for £30 million. Not bad, considering I bought him for just £2 million 3 seasons before that when I first joined. Don't know why he wanted to leave and go to Udinese, who I don't think are that good in this. I mean, from last season, obviously we won the Champions. I actually finished second. Well, smack me round the face. We didn't actually check the season last year, do we? How things got on in Syria. I knew Lazio won it, but I didn't know Udinese come in second. So that's really good for them, actually. And as well as Cesar Azpilicueta, which was my final signing there, I needed a new right back. I almost spent over £100 million on a right back, and then I come to my senses and realised I shouldn't be doing that. So I bought Azpilicueta instead. So £81 million on the outs, £241 million on the ins, and then I spent another £60 million. Because I brought in Marco Reus, who's very good and plays both sides naturally, which I really like. 28 years of age. Again, he's just an unbelievable talent that goes into my squad now, and I've got a backup goalkeeper because I didn't have anyone else. But, I mean, my side now, I've got a world-class player in every position, and I've kind of got a world-class backup in most.
Definitely.
So I don't think I've got any excuses. However, the start hasn't been great. I lost to Real Madrid 3-0 in the opening game, which is not fantastic at all. Harry Kane even scored against me. I did beat Everton in the UEFA Super Cup, something that Dad can't do. He can't beat him in cups.
Nope.
And then I drew to Athletic Bilbao, which was a bad one. Fernando Llorente did score a goal, but I mean that's disappointing start from me. And next season, look who I'm playing in the Champions League. So, yeah, I don't know about this season. I thought when I made those signings, that's it. I'm going to be winning the league. Because the other 2 teams didn't look like they did that well.
Well, we checked Real Madrid before you played them, didn't we?
Yeah.
And they hadn't signed hardly anybody.
And neither was Barcelona. Look, they spent a grand total of 10 million in the last season.
Yeah.
So they're not doing anything. Carlo Ancelotti's just sitting on.
I mean, their transfer budget,
$285
million.
Yeah.
They're just waiting. They're going to sack the manager, and I'm in.
Oh, of course. Well, we'll see. But yeah, so right now, yeah, not much to really talk about other than we're in the same group, by the way, which is quite funny. It doesn't happen very often.
No, it don't, does it?
And you're Team Roma.
Yeah.
So that's quite funny.
God.
But
I could do with both of you beating me and then putting me in third spot. Now I'll have another go at it.
Yeah. So, okay, let's have a look to see what you've been doing, Dad, and let's see whether you have literally spent
the
only
millions
that.
that I've spent, shall we?
You spent £51 million there, 37, that's 100 million. 96 the season before that, that's Cesc Fabregas.
I've had a
in 3
sell
seasons
players
that you've
that.
been here. So, £45 million the year before that, just as you joined. So, I mean, you say you had to sell players, £16 million there, £27 million there. You haven't really.
Oh, come on.
Let's see who you did bring in then. Diego was the first name.
It was a freebie.
Yeah, free transfer, good signing.
When I seen it off, I'm not going to let that one go for a freebie yet.
A friend of both of ours. He's played for both Werder Bremen and Benfica, of course. Then you picked up Nani.
I wanted a replacement for Rashford if Rashford got injured.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. And bringing Nani back to the club.
Yeah. For the second time,
Yeah.
Manchester United have bought Nani from Sporting, but this is the 4th time he's played for Sporting.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, like, many facts. However, I don't think I've ever heard of a player who's been bought from a club from the same club twice.
No, not that I can remember.
No. So, and obviously I know players go back to clubs,
Yeah.
etc. after being bought, but have they ever been bought again by the same club? I'd love to know if that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever heard of it. Maybe in a semi-professional level or in a random country, but on the the
top leagues.
Yeah, the top leagues. I don't think it's ever happened, but that's
a player of that caliber as well.
Yeah, but there we go. Nani is back at Manchester United for the second time from Sporting for £12 million. The first time it was only 17, so less than what it was the first time. And then finally Havard Nordviet, which was from Werder Bremen, centre back / right back.
He's more of a right back for me. I brought him as a reserve right back.
Yeah,
but ideal that he can play centre back in case one of my two main ones gets injured there as well.
Okay, and as we can see, the last signing the first signing you made was David De Gea.
Yeah,
a goalkeeper that you had to bring in.
Oh, I just wanted to strengthen my goalkeeper. I mean, the goalkeeper I got in there, which was the Gordon, isn't it? He is a very good keeper. And then I had an old keeper there.
Yeah, Ben Foster, Sam Johnson.
Ben Foster, yeah. Sam Johnson I wanted to keep because he's a good up-and-coming keeper.
Yeah.
So Ben Foster was the one I let go, and then I got David De Gea, and I've got 2 world-class keepers, I think, now.
Yeah, so Gordon actually starts in the 11, which does surprise me instead of De Gea. But your starting 11 does look like this. You've got Lam and Vidic still in the fullback roles. Van Dijk and PK still a centre-back. Pogba in the ball-winning midfielder, so Ruka's dropped down to the bench because you've changed tactic and gone 3 across the attacking midfield, but with 2 up front. A lot more attacking.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
The game describes it as a 4-1-5. Rashford gives him options from the left now instead of as a striker, but he's already got 3 assists in 3 appearances with a 9.3 average rating, which is mental. And he's been injured at the start of the season too, might I add. So, great start to the season, to be honest.
I'm doing well at the moment.
Yeah, and that says it all in the fixtures too. Outside of a 4-0 spanking.
Well, I did change the team there. I'm not interested in winning that cup, so I just rested a few players. I didn't expect to get tanked 4-0, mind you.
So you still played Aruka, Pereira, James Rodriguez.
Well, I couldn't change everybody.
No. Wayne Rooney came in, so there was still some big players in there.
I did rest Wayne Rooney. He didn't actually start the game. So
you did West.
Yeah, I did West Wayne
Rooney. Wayne Rooney.
And I doubt if he was very happy with that playing at Everton. So, but yeah.
But in the league, though,
Marcus Rashford was the main one I had to rest.
Yeah, 3-0 against Portsmouth, 4-0 against Middlesbrough, 3-1 against Sheffield United. You're all good there.
Yeah.
But as we already know, Champions League, there's some extra bragging rights. No points involved, but it's just some extra bragging rights.
I would let you have those bragging rights if I can drop into that third position.
Sure.
Again. Let me have another go at it.
But there we go. Your 5th or 6th attempt at it in 10 seasons.
I don't know.
All right, let's have a look then. What happens throughout this season? Dad has got all to win in the English league. Still hasn't done the FA Cup yet. Still hasn't done the Premier League with that UEFA Cup still to go. I have one target and one target only.
The jobs vacancies, did we?
Well, no, but there was a few that come up. Obviously, Liverpool came up.
Yeah, we've seen Liverpool come up, didn't we? Which was I had a look at it, didn't I? But when we spotted it, it was too late. They weren't taking any vacancies for it. And then there was the German side, which I aimed in
Werder Bremen, yeah.
They had a good transfer budget, but I just felt that really, I've got a good team here, and I'd only gone because of the transfer budget.
Yeah.
What was annoying me with the Man United side, team, should I say, was the budget, really.
Yeah.
Not the actual team themselves, it was the budget. So, no, I stuck to my guns, and I'm going for it again.
Yeah, because the Liverpool manager took the Werder Bremen job.
Yeah, he did, yeah, that's what happened, yeah.
Oh, one thing that is quite funny, though, is I play Getafe, and Getafe's manager is Jurgen Klopp. In this world, Jurgen Klopp went to Torino, Hamburg, then became the Germany manager, and then Getafe. So that's Jurgen Klopp's reign so far from the retro database. So let's run through this season, see what happens, because I've got one task only. I haven't started great. Dad's got a lot to do. Let's see what happens. Unfortunately for my dad, he recorded 2 4-0 losses back-to-back after Redden battered him following that game against Everton. In fact, his run in September through to October was absolutely abysmal. And yes, that was my Valencia side who defeated Dad 5-0 in the Champions League at the end of September. And with both teams playing heavily rotated sides against each other, it was my reserve striker Tony Martinez who stole all the headlines as he picked himself up a hat-trick at Old Trafford to pile on Dad's misery. The second leg in Valencia, with all the big hitters returning for both teams, was even worse as my Valencia side this time scored 6. And my impressive performance in the group stage of the Champions League seen me score 30 goals without conceding in 6 games, but only did Dad a favour as it actually pushed him into the UEFA Cup. There's no surprises that I struggled against my old team Sevilla again in the league, and despite scoring the opening goal in the first half, I ended up conceding 2 late Sevilla chances to pick up my second loss of the league campaign. However, going into the new year, that was the only time I was dropping any points in La Liga that season, as we won every single other game. And yet, that was still only good enough for 3rd place right now. Dad sailed on through the 3rd, 4th and 5th round of the FA Cup to face Everton in the quarter-final. But this was as far as he could go as the Merseyside team knocked him out 2-1. Meanwhile, I was preparing to face my old team in the Champions League with the first leg finishing 0-0. In the second leg, we were far more deadly in the attack and made sure our progression in the competition, winning 6-1 on the night. There were other setbacks for us, drawing to Real Madrid and losing to Barcelona in the league. However, we still found ourselves at the top of the league table for now, going into the final stages. Dan couldn't say the same. Despite the Premier League being rather close at the top, he was still down in 6th place, and his UEFA Cup run isn't looking too strong either, as he's just been drawn against Real Madrid in the quarterfinals.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
And it was a very tough time for Manchester United as Real Madrid and Higuain ran riot at Old Trafford, eliminating Dad from the competition 8-4 on aggregate. It was still mathematically possible for Dad to win the Premier League, but unlikely with 3 games left, especially with Liverpool to come next and Arsenal, who are top on the final day. I'm still chugging out results in Spain and somehow still top of the league with 3 fixtures remaining and 2 points clear of Real Madrid win their game in hand. Not to mention, I'm also within touching distance of yet another Champions League final. And with a 5-0 second leg win, we meet Hamburg in the final in Amsterdam, where we take the lead in the first half through Mohamed Salah. It won't be easy, however, because in the 92nd minute, Hamburg find a way to send the game into extra time. And actually, although I said it won't be easy, the Hamburg goalkeeper gave us a gift and we scored the worst Champions League final winning goal of all time. Back to back Champions League winners with Valencia.
You did have the best team in the world, though, didn't you, really?
This is the best team in the world now.
We did see Salah won the Player of the Year as well, didn't I? So,
yeah. So that is another one ticked. However, I had one job to do here in Spain. I got it done. Champions. By 8 points as well.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
When he lost 3 games?
It was coming, yeah. Lukaku, after sitting on the bench all last season, 24 goals. He's got to be buzzing with that. 35 games, 30 starts. Yeah, got to be happy with that. Mohamed Salah with the second highest average rating. De Santos up there as well. Fabregas, 12 assists. It was a very, very good Valencia side. And the good thing is, now that we've implemented the rule, I know Dad can't go to this Valencia side and do the business with it as well. Only lost 3 games across the season.
I've got to stay away from Spain for a little while and just let it settle down again. Really.
Yeah. Try and get it back to normal, I guess. But there we go. Other competitions, I was knocked out in the 4th round by Almeria, but it's a competition I've already won a couple of times anyway. The Champions League, we know I've won it, which meant Dan didn't win it. But in the group stage, I crossed paths with Dad, of course, and knocked him into the UEFA Cup. 6-0, 5-0.
Tonkin.
11-0.
2 times I played against you, I was going through a bad spell.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't buy a win. And I mean, it put me exactly where I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Another chance at the UEFA Cup, so I was pleased with it, really.
Don't know whether I conceded a goal. I did not concede a goal.
How many goals you did score, though?
30. Goal difference of plus 30 without conceding a goal. Back-to-back Champions League wins. So, in the round of 16, went on and defeated Werder Bremen. I was unbeaten still at that point. Quarter-final, 5-3 against Lyon. So I'd lost in the Champions League at one point, but I'd won the first leg 5-0. And in the semi-final, knocked out Benfica 7-1. Lovely stuff. Hamburg's done very well to get to the Champions League final. They got Jogi Löw as their manager. Benteke's there as well, somebody I've actually managed before in this save. But there we go. How did you do, Dad? I'm off already because I completed Spain. How did you do? Well, a 3rd place finish.
Yeah.
Rescued what looked like to be an awful season.
My job was under threat for quite a bit of the season as well.
Yeah.
If you looked at my results, the end part of my season was a massive save. It saved my job in the league.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Past positions, look how bad it was down here.
That's where I lost this league, really.
Yeah.
Because I've pulled it back really well with the results to be so close to almost winning it. I mean, Chelsea and Arsenal only beat me by, Arsenal 2 points, Chelsea 5 points. So I was close. 2 games close. And I had a bad start to the season.
Nani.
Disappointed with that.
Highest assister in the league.
Yeah. Goodbye then, really.
Yeah, it was actually, wasn't it? In his 2nd stint. You're going to sell him back to Sporting now?
Yeah. Or should I go to Sporting and buy him back?
Yeah. Okay, so other competitions. We know you dropped into the UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
It was a loss against Real Madrid in the quarter-final. 2 quarter-final exits.
Yeah. Everton knocked me out of both cups.
Yeah.
And when I played them in the league at Everton, I stuffed them 4-0.
Yeah. They also beat in the UEFA Cup final last year.
Yeah, I just can't beat them in a cup. They cost me all my cups that I needed. But I couldn't believe my luck to get Real Madrid in there. I fancied my chances when I dropped into it.
That's a hard.
Yeah.
Look who's in there, though. AC Milan, Liverpool, Real Madrid, and Lazio.
Yeah.
You had a very difficult UEFA Cup to finish because that's never normally that good.
No.
AC Milan beat Lazio in an all-Italian final there. The FA Cup, as we can see, the final was won by Everton. They are causing some problems here for people, aren't they? Portsmouth got to the final there. So, well done to Everton. But, yeah, you are struggling far in the Premier League.
If you go onto the schedule and have a look at my schedule, yeah, I mean, you can see it. As soon as September was over, the transfer window, I just started losing again then, and I couldn't catch it back then.
Yeah.
Lost too many games, silly games.
Another bad area in December as well.
Yeah, and that's where my job was under threat then. So I pulled it back, started doing well.
At least you beat Western Supermare 11-0.
I was pleased with that. That's what the body language of all my players were up again, and then we was off again, and we was up and going again, and then we come against Real Madrid.
Yeah, which is really the only bad spell you had in that second part of the season. You lost to Man City, but the 2 cup games were the only 2 Premier League losses.
Real Madrid, look at the teams I beat there.
Yeah,
some good results there.
Unfortunate, Dad. Very unfortunate. Now, if you were to stick around, you'd have 42 million. So they are giving you some money now.
Oh, and I got a big wage budget, so it's more than 42 million. Yeah,
so that's not too bad.
No.
But will you stick around? Because there have been some jobs that have popped up, and one that's really caught my eye. Let's have a look at the job centre. Lazio, who finished 2nd. Dortmund. Might interest you, Dad. I've already completed Germany, but that might interest you. But there we go. Jurgen Klopp is leading candidate for Dortmund. He's been sacked by the looks of it at Getafe. But Lazio, remember, they won the league the season before. This year was AC Milan.
I go to Italy and I get no budget. You go to Italy, if you go to Italy.
140 if I apply.
I like the little giggle that you gives me. With it.
They won the league last year. They didn't win it this year. They do have this guy as a starting striker, though. He's good, isn't he? So there we go. Some very interesting stuff can happen.
What's the budget of Dortmund then?
Borussia Dortmund have 69 million. That's an annoying number as well.
Yeah.
69 million
So players like.
to spend. I mean, they got Julio Cesar. They got Seven Jovetic, who isn't bad. They've got an okay team, to be honest. It's not a bad team. You like a good goalkeeper there. Look, I don't think it's as good as your Manchester United team, but there we go. So, some interesting stuff. Let's have a recap of the leagues, though. Chelsea obviously won the Premier League. Valencia in the Spanish First Division. The French League was won by Lyon, again, I think. Serie A, AC Milan, as we've seen. The Bundesliga was claimed back by Bayern Munich, who come back with a vengeance. And the Portuguese League was won by Benfica by 10 points as well. So huge. Let's take a look at the Ballon d'Or winners. I'd imagine Mo Salah might be there. He is. He's the current Ballon d'Or winner after 4 in a row from Real Madrid. Unbelievable. Well done, Mo Salah. What a crowning moment on my time.
Got Wayne Rooney in third place.
Yeah, well done. You got third place there.
Yeah.
That's not bad. And Lionel Messi in between. Some bit of a nice crowd to be alongside, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there we go. What's going to happen next season? Who will be going where? But first is a trophy to add to my Retro Glory Hunter cabinet. It's been one I've been aiming for a while. That's right. After all the trouble in Sevilla, I cross off Spain, lifting the La Liga title with Valencia, adding yet another trophy to my Retro Glory Hunter cabinet, now with just 4 left remaining.